Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to the HRPC School of Law's channel where we have amazing people, stories and events to uncover with all of you. Please help me to welcome our guest, Barrister Fatima Shaheen.
Thank you.
She is if people do not know, which is very sad, but she is a pioneer of lawyers in television. She was the first woman who started her own show which talks about law, and she is still the only woman in television right now with her own show. Well, thank you so much for being here with
You're
you.
most welcome. In fact, I've been, meaning to come here for quite some time, and Hassan has been very kind to invite me. So I'm glad that I'm here finally. I love this space. इतनी अच्छी तरीके से it's built, and I think the सबसे अच्छी चीज़ ये कि it's very accessible, it's very inclusive, because when I just walked in, I saw कि side पे ramp है for differently abled persons. So that is something very heartening to see. And then I'm also told कि आप लोगों का जो है law school, it's one of its own kind, in the sense that it's also offering practical training to students. So that's very good, and I'm glad to be part of any kind of awareness initiatives by such a college.
No, we're so honored to have a guest who is a pioneer when it comes to women, especially lawyers in television, who started the whole concept. Barrister Fatima, I would like to ask you, how did you start your career? How was your journey, and where did it start from exactly?
I started my television career back in 2010, which was very accidental. I was then working with an international law firm here in Lahore, and that was my first job. So I just got called by a family friend of mine, and he said that there's this new TV channel here in Lahore, and they are looking for young lawyers to do a legal advice show. So let's go and give our auditions. We both went, we gave our auditions, and very surprisingly, we just got chosen. But एक random चीज़ होती है. मेरे लिए उस वक्त ये किक था दिया कि I'm doing the corporate law job, ठीक है. लेकिन there should be something different, exciting. शुरू में very frankly, वकालत doesn't even pay that much. It's a hard job. So I just wanted that kind of a kick in life. So I just opted for that, and then we started our TV show. This was with A+. So तब से लेके अब तक, I'm proud to say that I've managed to maintain that niche, in the sense that I'm doing now all these years of 10 years of anchoring. I've done talk shows which are very good examples of constructive television, because I'm paying back to the society by telling people about their rights.
I think what our viewers would like to know is, your show is so amazing in the way that it caters and it's accessible to every person, and it's very law oriented. And back in 2010, when social media wasn't a thing, so how do you think times has changed in terms of media and in terms of law and through your journey?
Yeah. So basically Diya, the thing is, I think 10 साल पहले ना बड़ा होता था कि एक limited options. उस टाइम पे जब मैं भी कर रही थी तो बड़े क्वेश्चन मार्क्स भी थे कि ओ माय गॉड वकीलों का तो एक टिपिकल प्रोफेशन होता है जिसमें आपने टिपिकली से प्रैक्टिस करना है एंड ऑल. अब आई थिंक ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम टू सोशल मीडिया एंड जनरली लोगों का एक्सपोजर, अवेयरनेस, सब कुछ, ठीक है, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट डेवलपिंग, आई थिंक लॉ इज़ नाउ अ मोर डाइवर्सिफाइड प्रोफेशन, ठीक है. एंड दिस इज़ द मैसेज दैट आई वुड वांट टू गिव टू ऑल द एस्पायरिंग lawyers who do want to do something non-traditional, ठीक है, that understand that once you have a degree, you can put it to any good use that you want to, because now we see so many young people, कानून ने पढ़ा हुआ होता है, law degree की हुई होती है, but they are doing academia, they are working for human rights organizations, they are getting into bureaucracy, and they are doing TV as well. TV पर भी we see quite a few barristers now, but I'm still the only female barrister that way who's doing television and related to the profession itself. Yeah,
It's not political at all.
it's not political, but I also do host another show with क्या कहते हैं, PTV.
What do you think about the new generation, social media, Instagram lives? Do you think they're a good platform, or do you think it's making law a little redundant and spreading false information?
Acha, so I think this is a very interesting question, because I just did a show on the need to balance media freedom with media regulation, ठीक है. So a very pertinent thing that we need to see. I think advantages bhi hai, disadvantages bhi hai. You just can't give a sweeping statement. It's no matlab black and white basically.
एट द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हाट मैटर्स इज़ कि आप उस पावर को मीडिया की जो है ना वो किस तरह से इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. अगर आपको कोई पावर दी गई है, चाहे वो इंस्टाग्राम हो, चाहे वो जनरली टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज़ करना हो किसी भी और फोरम पे, फेसबुक, ट्विटर, व्हाटएवर, ठीक है, आप करें. बल्कि अच्छी बात है ना, पीपल हु डोंट हैव अ वॉइस दे हैव अ वॉइस, ठीक है ना. एनीबडी, पहले एक ऐसा टाइम था कि देयर वाज नो वे वन कैन थिंक दैट यू कुड टॉक टू पॉलिटिशियंस डायरेक्टली. अब अगर इंसिडेंट्स होते हैं तो लोग उसको रिपोर्ट करते हैं, ट्विटर पे ट्वीट्स चलती हैं, फिर ट्रेंड्स चलते हैं, बेसिकली हैशटैग्स एंड ऑल दैट. सो आई थिंक सोशल मीडिया का जो एक बूम है इन आवर सोसाइटी, आई ओवरऑल सी इट एज वेरी पॉजिटिव, ठीक है ना. एंड दिस इज़ समथिंग विच वी डिडंट हैव व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड ऑफ इन टीवी, जिसकी वजह से अब आप देखें टीवी को भी बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग इम्पैक्ट हुआ है. हमारा भी जो अब लैंडस्केप है टेलीविज़न का, दैट हैज़ ऑल्सो बिकम वेरी ये सोशल मीडिया बेस्ड. जहाँ इश्यूज़ वो उठते हैं उनको हम अब डिस्कस करते हैं अपनी टीवी,
टिकटॉक पे क्या हुआ है,
टिकटॉक पे क्या हो रहा है. सो आई थिंक इट्स पॉजिटिव ओवरऑल, बट जनरली ऑफ कोर्स बीइंग रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन्स, वी ऑल मस्ट, नॉट ओनली जर्नलिस्ट, everybody should use media responsibly.
I think that's an amazing message. Ms. Fatima, what would you say about our lawyers, our female lawyers, and those trying to aspire to be great or actually change the world? What would you say, as you being a pioneer lawyer yourself, female lawyer who started in a new industry that was never before taken? What would you like to say to those women?
I think I would just want to say that please, first it's very important for you to be clear about what you want to do in life, and don't be so harsh on yourself. Take that time to actually understand what you want, because as I said, I think law is that one profession which opens up a lot of other options for you. And if you feel for any reason that you can't pursue the career professionally, traditionally, ठीक है ना, मतलब सिर्फ law practice करके, so be open to that, because you have a lot of options. You have lawyers who are politicians, you have lawyers who get into bureaucracy, you have lawyers who are very renowned professors of law. So I think take the time to understand what you actually want to do and then work towards it. And I think I'm a very adventurous person. I have been adventurous person in terms of my career. I worked with corporate law firms, then I worked with human rights activists. I had the chance, in fact the honor to work with late Madam Asma Jhangi Saiba as well.
I would like to ask you, how were you as a student? What was your favorite subject? What did you hate?
Okay, I hated math. One of the reasons why I did law was because I didn't want to do anything remotely related to math. And then both my parents are doctors, so I hated biology because मेरा bio भी बहुत अच्छा नहीं था. My English was always very strong, and I always was very inclined towards political science, law, human rights, social sciences, ठीक है. And Urdu जो थी, interestingly enough, was also very average. Although now when people hear me talk in Urdu, because obviously PTV का भी अपना एक वो है, they say कि तुम्हारी उर्दू बड़ी अच्छी, but वो बात कर आ गई है उस तरह से. As a student इतनी अच्छी नहीं थी.
Barrister Fatima, would you tell us something why HRPC is different from other law schools?
Right. I think ये आप लोगों के कॉलेज का एक बहुत बड़ा फ़ायदा ये है कि it's very all inclusive and very accessible. Like when I was entering the college itself, I happened to notice the fact that यहाँ पे एक रैम्प थी जो कि मैंने at least colleges में नहीं देखी थी. तो आई थिंक ये एक बड़ा अच्छा चीज़ है कि आप लोग हर माशरे के बंदे को साथ लेके चल रहे हैं, डिफरेंट लेवल लोगों को साथ लेके चल रहे हैं. एंड देन आई एम ऑल्सो टोल्ड दैट आपके एक स्टूडेंट जो एनरोल्ड है, दैट पर्सन इज ऑल्सो डिफरेंटली एबल्ड, व्हिच इज ग्रेट बिकॉज यू आर ऑल्सो प्रमोटिंग इंक्लूसिविटी दिस वे. एंड आई ऑल्सो लाइक द फैक्ट दैट आप लोग स्पोर्ट्स को जो है इनकलकेट कर रहे हैं in the students training, which is very, I think, good in a way, because it also helps you groom the child and the student's personality. So that is very different, and I think एक बहुत important चीज़ जो आप लोग कर रहे हैं, which possibly could also be one of your USPs, is the fact that आप लोग practical training भी students को दे रहे हैं, ताकि अगर वो जब एक दफ़ा पढ़ लें law, उनको उसकी प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन का भी समझ आए, जिसकी मैं समझती हूँ बहुत ज़रूरत है पाकिस्तान में. बिकॉज बहुत ऐसे लॉयर्स हैं जो सीधा लॉ कॉलेज से पढ़ के चले जाते हैं काम करने के लिए इन द प्रैक्टिकल फील्ड. तो उनको वो ट्रांजिशन और जो गैप होता है ना बिटवीन थ्योरी एंड प्रैक्टिस, वो उनको ओवरकम करने में टाइम लग जाता है. तो एक बड़ी अच्छी चीज़ है कि आप लोग academia, theory को भी you are looking into it, and at the same time you are also practically training the lawyers, giving them all the necessary skills in order for them to pursue the profession.
Thank you so much. That was very insightful. We had a little chat with Barrister Fatima, who told us the importance of being adventurous and risky and being passionate in your field. And when you do such things, you become pioneers and you start exploring new places where you could have expanded the reach of your own intellect and acknowledgement. Well, it was very, very inspiring to hear her talk.
Thank you so much for having me over, and I really wish this college all the best. And it's really good to see, it's being started by somebody who's actually doing so well, is in a very acclaimed human rights activist, taking up all the right causes in the Pakistani society. So I'm sure कि ये जो trickle down effect होगा of the founder of the college being so humanist, students maybe I'm sure are. And other than that, of course, like we earlier spoke, I think your school, your college has a lot of different things to offer to the students compared to other colleges. So I wish them all the best.
Thank you. It was an honor having you.
Most
Thank you so
welcome.
much.